Our story begins with an extraordinary tale, one that explores the unthinkable concept of Superman becoming a Nazi. In the depths of the DC multiverse, a remarkable story unfolded within the pages of Multiversity. Mastermind number 1. But before we delve into the specifics of this story, let us take a moment to understand the overarching concept of the multiverse in DC Comics. The multiverse, a complex web of alternate realities, plays a significant role in DC's narrative tapestry. To briefly recap, DC introduced the multiverse in 1961, encompassing numerous parallel universes. However, over time, the multiverse became overwhelming and confusing for new readers. To address this, DC eliminated the multiverse in 1985 through a monumental event known as Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, let us return to the tale of Superman's shocking transformation into a Nazi. The story unfolds with Adolf Hitler himself, engrossed in reading a comic book featuring Superman battling against him. This intriguing detail carries a meta-commentary by Morrison, highlighting the existence of different realities and how literature represents separate universes unbeknownst to the inhabitants of each reality. In this alternate reality known as Earth 10, where the Germans emerged victorious in World War II, Hitler views Superman as a messiah from the future and nicknames him the Man of Tomorrow. A subordinate interrupts Hitler's musings, revealing the discovery of a weapon that ensures Germany's victory over the Allied powers. Meanwhile, a small ship crash lands in the Sudetenland region, which Hitler considers part of Germany's rightful territories. The vessel is discovered by a German couple, who, in turn, report their finding to the authorities. Astonishingly, the ship contains an infant child, invulnerable to bullets, as demonstrated when the child is shot by SS officers. It is worth noting that Morrison subtly addresses the infamous human experiments conducted by the Nazi war machine. Although not directly referencing these experiments, Morrison implies that the child's bulletproof nature resulted from previous experiments on him. The child is then presented to Hitler, who dubs him Overman. Over the next 17 years, Overman fights alongside the German forces, earning the moniker Overman and leading the Axis powers to conquer Washington, D.C. in 1956. The narrative paints a grim picture of this reality, with American literature, including comics reminiscent of early Captain America tales, deemed propaganda and burned. Iconic symbols such as the Lincoln and Washington monuments are destroyed or defiled, while swastikas replace the American flags. Fast forward 60 years into the future, where a nightmare unfolds, symbolized by the death of Overman's counterpart, Overgirl. Overman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, Hawkman, and others awaken to find themselves in the company of a woman named Lena, a love interest fashioned after Lois Lane. Lena provides insight into the events that have unfolded thus far, revealing that Overman's recurring dream is tied to the concept of insurgency and Overgirl's demise. As the funeral for Overgirl takes place, Uncle Sam, accompanied by the human bomb, disrupts the proceedings, relighting the eternal flame symbolizing Overgirl. Uncle Sam, a heroic figure representing America's spirit, announces his intention to bring down the corrupt Nazi regime. Meanwhile, the Freedom Fighters, an underground resistance group, learns of an insider within the Reichsmen, secretly aiding their cause. Amidst these events, Overman engages in an interview with Jimmy Olsen, who works for the Nazi news agency. Overman's anti-Nazi views become apparent during the conversation. Morrison expertly explores the theme of perspective and the impact of one's environment on character evaluation. Overman's actions, seen as evil from an external perspective, are presented as morally justifiable within the context of his reality. As tensions rise, Human Bomb regains control over his explosive abilities, leading to the destruction of the satellite headquarters known as the Eagle's Nest. Simultaneously, Uncle Sam's voice resonates during a play, proclaiming the imminent downfall of the Nazi regime. Overman rushes to prevent the satellite from crashing into Metropolis, but his reduced strength hinders his efforts. Tragically, the satellite's impact obliterates the city, resulting in the loss of millions of lives. Overman emerges as the sole survivor of the decimated city, and Metropolis's destruction marks the collapse of the Nazi regime. Freedom is restored to North America as the resistance triumphs over their oppressors. The tale concludes with an emphasis on the complexities of character evaluation and the influence of one's environment on determining good and evil. And so, the story of Superman's transformation into a Nazi comes to an end. It serves as a thought-provoking exploration of alternate realities, morality, and the multifaceted nature of characters within the DC multiverse. As we bid farewell to this captivating narrative, we invite you to share your thoughts. Which version of Superman do you prefer? The classic embodiment of goodness or the intriguing portrayals where he becomes a figure of darkness? Let us know your preference, and until next time, may peace prevail.